Picture this scenario. It's 3 a.m. and you're lying in bed, wide awake, scrolling through your phone with questions you're too embarrassed to ask anyone. Your search history tells a story of anxiety, curiosity, and desperate attempts to find answers to questions society has deemed too uncomfortable to discuss openly. You've read conflicting information online, heard whispered conversations in locker rooms, and felt the weight of uncertainty about something that affects millions of men every single day. The question that haunts these late-night searches, that sparks heated debates in hushed tones, and that creates anxiety in the hearts of countless men, is deceptively simple, yet profoundly complex. What happens to your prostate if you masturbate every day? This isn't just idle curiosity or teenage embarrassment. This is a legitimate health concern that affects men of all ages, particularly as they enter their golden years when prostate health becomes increasingly important. The myths surrounding this topic have created a perfect storm of misinformation, shame, and unnecessary anxiety that has plagued men for generations. You've probably heard the alarming claims. Daily masturbation wears out your prostate, causes chronic inflammation, leads to prostatitis, or worse, increases your risk of prostate cancer. These fears aren't unfounded. They're rooted in decades of cultural taboos, religious teachings, and what many have accepted as medical wisdom without proper scientific scrutiny. The panic is real, and it's understandable. Prostate cancer is one of the most common cancers among men, making any potential risk factor a serious concern. When you combine this legitimate fear with the cultural stigma surrounding sexual health, you create an environment where misinformation thrives and anxiety multiplies. But what if everything you've been told is wrong? What if the very thing that's been causing you anxiety and shame is actually one of the simplest, most natural ways to protect one of your most vital organs? What if science has been quietly revealing a truth so counterintuitive that it challenges everything you thought you knew about male health? Today, we're going to embark on a journey to uncover the raw, unfiltered truth about daily masturbation and prostate health. We'll separate fact from fiction, myth from reality, and reveal what decades of scientific research have actually discovered about this controversial topic. Spoiler alert, the truth is going to shock you, and it's almost certainly not what you've been led to believe. This isn't about promoting or condemning any particular behavior. This is about empowering you with accurate, evidence-based information that can help you make informed decisions about your health. It's about understanding your body, respecting scientific evidence, and most importantly, taking control of your prostate health with knowledge rather than fear. So if you're ready to have your assumptions challenged and your understanding expanded, stay with me. What we're about to uncover could fundamentally change how you think about male health, prostate wellness, and the power of natural biological processes. The secrets we'll reveal today aren't just interesting facts. They're potentially life-changing insights that could impact your health for decades to come. Understanding the prostate, your body's unsung hero. Before we dive into the controversial topic at hand, let's take a moment to appreciate the remarkable organ that's at the center of our discussion. The prostate gland is a small but mighty organ, roughly the size of an almond, that plays a crucial role in male reproductive health. Despite its modest size, this tiny gland has an outsized impact on men's quality of life, particularly as they age. Located just below the bladder and in front of the rectum, the prostate gland serves as the production facility for the fluid that nourishes and carries sperm, forming the majority of what we recognize as semen. This fluid isn't just a carrier, it's rich in nutrients, enzymes, and compounds that are essential for sperm viability and motility. The prostate's strategic location makes it both incredibly important and potentially problematic. As it surrounds the urethra, the tube that carries urine from the bladder out of the body, any changes in the prostate's size or function can have immediate and noticeable effects on urinary function. This is why prostate health becomes increasingly important as men age, and why symptoms like frequent urination, weak stream, and incomplete emptying can become such significant quality of life issues. The gland itself is composed of several different types of tissue, including glandular tissue responsible for fluid production, muscular tissue that helps with ejaculation, and fibrous tissue that provides structural support. This complex composition means that the prostate is constantly active, producing fluid, responding to hormonal changes, and adapting to the body's needs. As men age, particularly after the age of 50, the prostate naturally undergoes changes. For many men, this includes gradual enlargement, a condition known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. This enlargement can compress the urethra, leading to the frustrating urinary symptoms that millions of men experience daily. Understanding these natural changes is crucial to understanding why prostate health has become such a significant concern for aging men. But here's where it gets interesting. The prostate doesn't operate in isolation. It's part of a complex system that includes hormonal regulation, immune function, cellular turnover, and even psychological well-being. Every aspect of prostate function is interconnected, which is why a comprehensive approach to prostate health is so important. The myths that have shaped our understanding. For decades, the conversation around masturbation and prostate health has been dominated by myths, taboos, and what can only be described as medically unfounded fears. These misconceptions have created a landscape of anxiety and shame that has prevented open, honest discussions about male sexual health. The most persistent myth is that frequent ejaculation, whether through sexual activity or masturbation, somehow wears out the prostate. This idea suggests that the gland has a limited capacity for function, and that regular use will eventually lead to exhaustion or damage. This myth is rooted in outdated thinking about biological systems and fails to account for the body's remarkable ability to regenerate and adapt. Another common misconception is that frequent ejaculation causes chronic inflammation or prostatitis. This fear is particularly concerning because prostatitis can be a genuinely painful and disruptive condition. However, the scientific evidence doesn't support the idea that regular ejaculation increases the risk of inflammatory conditions. In fact, as we'll discover, the opposite may be true. Perhaps the most anxiety-provoking myth is the suggestion that frequent ejaculation increases the risk of prostate cancer. This fear is understandable given the prevalence of prostate cancer and the importance of prevention. However, this concern has been fueled more by cultural taboos and anecdotal evidence than by solid scientific research. These myths have been perpetuated through various channels: locker room conversations, religious teachings, poorly researched online articles, and even some outdated medical advice. They've created an environment where men feel ashamed or anxious about normal sexual behaviors, leading to unnecessary stress and potentially harmful avoidance behaviors. The problem with these myths isn't just that they're wrong, it's that they've prevented men from seeking accurate information and making informed decisions about their health. When fear and shame dominate the conversation, scientific inquiry suffers, and men are left to navigate important health decisions based on misinformation rather than evidence. The scientific revolution: what Harvard discovered. The turning point in our understanding of ejaculation frequency and prostate health came from one of the most prestigious institutions in the world, Harvard University, specifically the T.H. Chan School of Public Health. What these researchers discovered would fundamentally change the conversation about male sexual health and prostate cancer risk. This wasn't a small preliminary study that could be easily dismissed or overlooked. This was a massive, long-term scientific investigation that tracked nearly 32,000 men for almost 2 decades. The scale and duration of this study make its findings particularly compelling and difficult to ignore. The researchers focused on a seemingly simple metric: ejaculation frequency. They meticulously monitored the sexual habits of these men, tracking how often they ejaculated through various means, including sexual intercourse and masturbation. Then they correlated this data with health outcomes, particularly the development of prostate cancer. The results were nothing short of shocking, and they completely changed the prevailing wisdom about male sexual health. The data revealed a clear, inverse relationship between ejaculation frequency and prostate cancer risk. In simple terms, men who ejaculated more frequently had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer. Let me repeat that because it's so important and so counterintuitive. Frequent ejaculation reduces prostate cancer risk. This isn't a minor correlation or a statistical anomaly. It's a robust finding that has been replicated and confirmed by multiple independent studies. The numbers are compelling. Men who reported ejaculating 21 or more times per month had up to a 33% lower risk of prostate cancer compared to those who ejaculated only 4 to 7 times per month. To put this in perspective, that's a risk reduction that rivals many medical interventions and lifestyle changes. But here's what makes this finding even more remarkable. It wasn't just a one-time discovery. A major Australian study later confirmed these findings, adding weight to Harvard's groundbreaking research. When multiple independent research teams using different methodologies arrive at the same conclusion, you know you're dealing with a significant scientific discovery. The science behind the protection. 3 key theories. So why does frequent ejaculation appear to protect against prostate cancer? Scientists have developed several compelling theories, each supported by different aspects of biological research. These theories don't just explain the correlation, they provide a plausible biological mechanism for the protective effect. The first theory, often called the prostate stagnation hypothesis, compares prostate ducts to tiny pipes that need regular flushing. Think of your prostate as a complex network of small channels and ducts that produce and transport prostatic fluid. When these channels aren't regularly cleared, old cells, built-up secretions, and potentially harmful substances can accumulate. Regular ejaculation acts like a natural cleansing mechanism, flushing these ducts and clearing out old cellular debris before it can cause problems. This process prevents the accumulation of potentially carcinogenic substances and reduces the risk of chronic inflammation that could lead to cellular changes. It's similar to how regular cleaning prevents the buildup of harmful bacteria in your home. The prostate's natural cleaning mechanism, facilitated by regular ejaculation, helps maintain a healthy cellular environment and reduces the risk of problematic changes. The second theory focuses on cellular health and turnover. Every time cells divide, there's a small risk of genetic errors that could potentially lead to cancer. The body has sophisticated mechanisms for detecting and correcting these errors, but the risk is never zero. Frequent ejaculation may promote a healthier cell turnover cycle in the prostate. By encouraging regular cellular renewal, the gland can replace old, potentially damaged cells with fresh, healthy ones more efficiently. This process reduces the likelihood that damaged cells will accumulate and develop into cancerous growths. Think of it like replacing old carpet in your home. If you wait too long, the old carpet accumulates wear, damage, and potentially harmful substances. But if you replace it regularly, you maintain a healthier environment overall. The third theory ties ejaculation to stress reduction and inflammation management. Chronic inflammation is a well-established risk factor for many types of cancer, including prostate cancer. Psychological stress triggers inflammatory responses throughout the body, creating an environment that's more conducive to cellular damage and potentially cancerous changes. Ejaculation is associated with reduced tension and psychological stress. The release of endorphins and other neurochemicals during sexual climax creates a natural stress reduction mechanism. By lowering overall stress levels, regular ejaculation may also reduce the body's inflammatory response, creating a healthier environment for prostate tissue. These three theories work together to create a comprehensive picture of how regular ejaculation supports prostate health. The mechanical flushing, cellular renewal, and stress reduction combine to create an environment that's less conducive to cancer development and more supportive of overall prostate wellness. Beyond cancer, the broader health benefits. While the cancer prevention aspect of frequent ejaculation has garnered the most attention, the benefits extend far beyond cancer risk reduction. Regular ejaculation appears to support overall prostate health in multiple ways, contributing to better urinary function, reduced inflammation, and improved quality of life. One of the most immediate benefits is the reduction of prostate congestion. When the prostate produces fluid but doesn't regularly release it, the gland can become congested and uncomfortable. This congestion can contribute to the feeling of incomplete emptying that many men experience, as well as general pelvic discomfort. Regular ejaculation helps prevent this congestion, keeping the prostate functioning smoothly and reducing the pressure that can contribute to urinary symptoms. Many men report immediate relief from pelvic tension and discomfort after ejaculation, highlighting the gland's need for regular function. The anti-inflammatory effects of regular ejaculation also contribute to better overall prostate function. Chronic inflammation can damage prostate tissue over time, leading to scarring, reduced function, and increased sensitivity. By reducing inflammation through regular ejaculation, men may be able to maintain better prostate function for longer periods. Additionally, the stress reduction benefits of regular ejaculation can have cascading effects on overall health. Chronic stress affects virtually every system in the body, from cardiovascular health to immune function. By providing a natural stress outlet, regular ejaculation may contribute to better overall health and well-being. Addressing common concerns and misconceptions. Despite the compelling scientific evidence, many men still have concerns and questions about the relationship between ejaculation frequency and prostate health. It's important to address these concerns honestly and thoroughly. One common concern is whether there's such a thing as too much ejaculation. While the research suggests that higher frequency is associated with lower cancer risk, there's no evidence that extremely high frequency causes harm. The body is remarkably adaptable and can adjust its production rates based on demand. However, it's worth noting that the protective effect appears to plateau at a certain point. Men who ejaculate 21 or more times per month show significant protection, but there's no evidence that ejaculating significantly more than this provides additional benefits. This suggests that there's a threshold effect rather than a linear relationship. Another concern is whether the method of ejaculation matters. The research indicates that the protective effect applies regardless of whether ejaculation occurs through sexual intercourse, masturbation, or nocturnal emissions. The key factor appears to be frequency rather than method. Some men worry about the impact of age on these relationships. While most of the research has focused on middle-aged and older men, the protective mechanisms are likely to be relevant at any age. However, the specific benefits may vary depending on individual circumstances and overall health status. It's also important to address the concern that focusing on ejaculation frequency might lead to obsessive or unhealthy behaviors. The goal isn't to create anxiety around sexual function, but to understand that regular ejaculation is a normal, healthy biological process that may have protective benefits. The bigger picture, a holistic approach to prostate health. While the research on ejaculation frequency is compelling, it's crucial to understand that it's just one piece of a much larger puzzle. Prostate health is influenced by multiple factors, and a comprehensive approach is always more effective than focusing on any single intervention. Diet plays a crucial role in prostate health. Research consistently shows that diets rich in fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats are associated with better prostate health outcomes. Specific nutrients like lycopene, found in tomatoes, watermelon, and pink grapefruit, have been extensively studied for their potential protective effects. Green tea contains powerful antioxidants that may help protect prostate cells from damage. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fish and certain nuts have anti-inflammatory properties that can support overall prostate health. These dietary factors work synergistically with other lifestyle interventions to create a protective environment for prostate tissue. Regular physical activity is another crucial component of prostate health. Exercise helps maintain a healthy weight, which is important because obesity is a known risk factor for more aggressive forms of prostate cancer. Even moderate exercise, such as 30 minutes of brisk walking most days of the week, can have significant benefits. Exercise also supports cardiovascular health, which is important for maintaining good blood flow to the prostate. Poor circulation can contribute to prostate problems, so anything that improves overall cardiovascular health is likely to benefit prostate function as well. Avoiding harmful substances is equally important. Smoking is associated with increased cancer risk and can harm overall health in multiple ways. Limiting alcohol consumption is also beneficial, as excessive alcohol can interfere with hormone balance and overall health. The importance of medical monitoring. While lifestyle factors like diet, exercise, and ejaculation frequency can support prostate health, they're not substitutes for proper medical care. Regular checkups and appropriate screenings remain essential components of a comprehensive approach to prostate health. The prostate-specific antigen, PSA test, is a simple blood test that can detect abnormal levels that may signal prostate issues. While PSA testing has its controversies and limitations, it remains an important tool for early detection when used appropriately. Men over 40, particularly those with family histories of prostate cancer, should discuss screening options with their healthcare providers. The timing and frequency of screenings should be individualized based on risk factors, overall health, and personal preferences. It's also worth noting that PSA levels can be affected by various factors, including recent ejaculation. Some experts recommend avoiding ejaculation for 48 hours before a PSA test to ensure accurate results. This is just one example of how different aspects of prostate health interconnect. Digital rectal exams, while uncomfortable for many men, can provide valuable information that complements PSA testing. These exams allow healthcare providers to assess the size, shape, and texture of the prostate, potentially detecting abnormalities that might not be reflected in blood tests. Early detection remains one of the most powerful tools in the fight against prostate cancer. When caught early, treatment options are typically more effective, less invasive, and associated with better long-term outcomes. This is why regular medical monitoring is so important, regardless of lifestyle interventions. Practical applications and real-world implications. So what does all this mean for the average man? How can this information be practically applied to improve prostate health and overall well-being? First and foremost, it means that men can stop feeling ashamed or anxious about normal sexual behaviors. Masturbation, sexual activity, and even nocturnal emissions are normal biological processes that may actually contribute to better health outcomes. There is no need for guilt or shame. These activities are natural and potentially beneficial. However, this doesn't mean that men should become obsessed with achieving a specific frequency of ejaculation. The research suggests that regular, consistent activity is more important than hitting a particular number. Some men naturally have higher frequencies, while others have lower ones, and both can be perfectly healthy. The key is to listen to your body and maintain a balanced approach to sexual health. If you're experiencing discomfort, pain, or significant changes in your normal patterns, it's worth discussing with a healthcare provider. But routine variations in frequency are typically nothing to worry about. For men who are concerned about prostate health, focusing on the broader lifestyle factors may be more impactful than fixating on ejaculation frequency alone. Maintaining a healthy diet, staying physically active, managing stress, and avoiding harmful substances will likely have more significant effects on overall health than any single intervention. It's also worth considering that the benefits of regular ejaculation extend beyond prostate health. Sexual activity and orgasm are associated with stress reduction, improved sleep, enhanced mood, and better overall quality of life. These benefits alone make a strong case for maintaining a healthy approach to sexual health. Addressing the stigma and moving forward. One of the most significant barriers to open discussion about this topic has been the persistent stigma surrounding male sexuality and masturbation. This stigma has prevented men from seeking accurate information and has contributed to unnecessary anxiety and shame. It's time to move beyond these outdated attitudes and embrace a more evidence-based, health-focused approach to male sexual health. The scientific evidence is clear. Regular ejaculation is not harmful and may be beneficial for prostate health. Healthcare providers have a responsibility to discuss these topics openly and honestly with their patients. Men deserve access to accurate information about their health, including sexual health, without judgment or shame. Educational efforts should focus on normalizing these conversations and providing men with the tools they need to make informed decisions about their health. This includes understanding the research, recognizing the limitations of current knowledge, and knowing when to seek professional guidance. The research on ejaculation frequency and prostate health represents an important step forward in our understanding of male health. It challenges long-held assumptions and opens up new avenues for prevention and treatment. But it's just the beginning of what promises to be an exciting era of research into male sexual health and prostate wellness. Looking toward the future. As our understanding of the relationship between sexual health and prostate wellness continues to evolve, we can expect to see new research, better prevention strategies, and more effective treatments. The foundation laid by studies like the Harvard research provides a solid base for future investigations. Future research may explore the specific biological mechanisms behind the protective effects of frequent ejaculation. Understanding exactly how this process works could lead to new therapeutic approaches and better prevention strategies. We may also see more research into the optimal frequency of ejaculation for different populations and age groups. While the current research provides valuable insights, there's still much to learn about how these relationships vary across different demographics and health conditions. The integration of sexual health into broader discussions of men's health represents a positive shift in how we approach these important topics. By treating sexual health as a normal, important aspect of overall wellness, we can help men feel more comfortable seeking information and care. Technology may also play a role in future developments. Digital health tools, telemedicine, and improved screening methods could make it easier for men to monitor their prostate health and access care when needed. Practical steps for better prostate health. Based on the current evidence, here are some practical steps men can take to support their prostate health. First, don't be afraid of normal sexual behaviors. Whether through sexual activity with a partner or masturbation, regular ejaculation appears to be beneficial for prostate health. There's no need for shame or anxiety about these normal biological processes. Second, focus on overall lifestyle factors that support good health. Maintain a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats. Stay physically active with regular exercise that you enjoy and can maintain long-term. Manage stress through healthy coping mechanisms like exercise, meditation, or social connection. Third, avoid harmful substances like tobacco and excessive alcohol. These substances are associated with increased cancer risk and can harm overall health in multiple ways. Fourth, stay informed about screening recommendations and discuss them with your healthcare provider. Early detection remains one of the most powerful tools in maintaining good prostate health. Finally, listen to your body and seek medical attention when something doesn't feel right. While many prostate symptoms are benign, it's always better to err on the side of caution when it comes to your health. The power of knowledge and open discussion. The journey from myth and shame to evidence-based understanding represents more than just a shift in scientific knowledge. It represents a shift in how we approach men's health more broadly. By embracing open, honest discussions about sexual health, we can help men feel more comfortable seeking information and care. Knowledge is power, and accurate information about prostate health can help men make better decisions about their care. When men understand that normal sexual behaviors may actually be protective, they can approach their health with confidence rather than anxiety. The research on ejaculation frequency and prostate health also highlights the importance of challenging assumptions and questioning conventional wisdom. What we think we know isn't always accurate, and scientific inquiry is essential for advancing our understanding of human health. As we continue to learn more about the complex relationships between sexual health, prostate wellness, and overall well-being, we can expect to see continued improvements in prevention, treatment, and quality of life for men of all ages. Conclusion: embracing evidence-based health decisions. The question that haunts late-night internet searches and whispered conversations has finally been answered by solid scientific evidence. What happens to your prostate if you masturbate every day? The answer, backed by decades of research from prestigious institutions, is that far from being harmful, regular ejaculation may be one of the simplest, most natural ways to support prostate health. This discovery represents a paradigm shift in our understanding of male sexual health. It challenges long-held assumptions, dispels harmful myths, and provides men with evidence-based information they can use to make better health decisions. But it's important to remember that this research is just one piece of the puzzle. Prostate health is influenced by multiple factors, and a comprehensive approach that includes diet, exercise, stress management, and appropriate medical care will always be more effective than focusing on any single intervention. The key takeaway is that men can stop feeling ashamed or anxious about normal sexual behaviors. Masturbation, sexual activity, and even nocturnal emissions are natural biological processes that may actually contribute to better health outcomes. There's no need for guilt or shame. These activities are normal and potentially beneficial. As we move forward, it's essential that we continue to approach these topics with scientific rigor, open discussion, and a commitment to providing men with accurate, evidence-based information. The stigma surrounding male sexual health has caused unnecessary suffering for too long. It's time to replace shame with knowledge and fear with understanding. If you found this information valuable and want to continue learning about men's health topics, please consider subscribing to the channel and enabling notifications. Your support helps us continue creating content that challenges assumptions, dispels myths, and provides you with the information you need to make informed decisions about your health. And now, I want to hear from you. What other men's health myths have you heard that you'd like us to investigate? Drop your questions and suggestions in the comments below. Your input helps shape future content and ensures we're addressing the topics that matter most to you. Stay healthy, stay curious, and remember that knowledge is your most powerful tool in the journey toward better health. The truth about male sexual health and prostate wellness is finally coming to light, and it's more positive than you might have imagined. Embrace this knowledge, share it with others who might benefit, and take control of your health with confidence and understanding.